And welcome to the graduation of class 982. We're so happy to have all of you guys here to help celebrate. We'd also like to welcome those of you who are participating virtually. This graduation is live streamed, so we are very grateful to have not only all of these wonderful members in attendance here, but also in the live stream virtually. So thank you and welcome. Whether you're enjoying this celebration in person or virtually, whether this is your first graduation or your 30th, 40th, 50th, we're very, very grateful to have you here. Obviously, we as an organization would not be here without all of these members in attendance and our wonderful, wonderful variety of supporters. Last year was our 80th anniversary, and of course, we still have lots to celebrate. And of course, we're here to celebrate our clients, our lovely graduating class here today. But we're also here to celebrate the wonderful additions to our program that make our program work. The puppy raisers, the donors, staff, and etc. First, I'd like to recognize our puppy raisers. I was a puppy raiser myself before working here at Guide Dogs, so I know firsthand the love and care and dedication and time that you have put into making these dogs, the wonderful guide dogs, who they are. We truly would not function without you, and we are so, so grateful to everyone who volunteers as a puppy raiser, or as a puppy club member, or as a foster care provider, or a dog walker here on our campus. We would not be where we are today if it wasn't for our plethora of volunteers. We simply couldn't do it without you. I'd also like to recognize our donors, those of you who have contributed financially to our program. We obviously would not be able to provide the dogs that we do without our wonderful and consistent donors. So thank you for all that you provide for us. I also want to recognize our staff, including some kennel staff who I see here today, the ones who take care of the dogs on the weekend and throughout the day, who make sure that they get all of the enrichment and love and attention that they need. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all that you do in ensuring that our dogs get all of their needs met. So thank you. Thank you to all of you who are here, virtually or in person, for supporting our mission. We truly could not do what we do without you. And I personally am very grateful for all of your efforts and for being here today. So thank you again. We would like to share now a short video about our mission. This video is also audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you will hear a second voice describing scenes in the video. Captions are also included. These inclusive features ensure everyone can access and enjoy this video. So please enjoy.
Logos, Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International.
Hello, I'm Noah Wiley.
A mama nurses a litter.
There's a special magic about Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Puppy bellies and wiggling tails.
Some might say it's the dogs.
Puppies squirm in a pile.
These courageous guides who change people's lives.
2 black puppies at a gate. Outside, a woman hugs her guide dog.
There's magic in the people, too.
A man walks with his dog. An older puppy licks a woman's cheek.
Like the volunteer puppy raisers.
Volunteers with puppies.
Who socialize and care for puppies in their homes.
Out walking in their neighborhood.
Encouraging them to explore new surroundings.
Riding the train.
And giving them love and guidance.
In the park.
To help prepare them to be a guide dog.
And in a group at the airport.
And, when it's time, part ways so that the puppy they have raised can go on to change someone's life.
A team on a city sidewalk.
When dogs return to our campuses, our world-class instructors work their magic to maximize each dog's potential to become highly skilled, smart, and loving companions.
Instructors with dogs.
Teaching each dog how to safely guide someone who is blind or visually impaired through the world when they're at home.
Relaxing by a fireplace.
Hiking.
On a forest trail.
Visiting friends.
At a picnic table.
Catching a plane.
Navigating baggage claim.
Heading downtown.
In a city crosswalk.
Across town.
Along a riverfront.
Taking public transportation.
At a train station.
Or heading to work.
Riding an escalator.
They will even disobey a command if it means keeping their handlers safe.
People with guides in their neighborhoods.
Those who are on the other end of the harness might say the magic is there, moving freely through the world with ease, confidence, and independence. Along the way, helping them develop new relationships, connect with new people, building stronger, more compassionate communities.
A group of people with their guide dogs in Chinatown.
We know there is magic in these partnerships.
A woman hugs her dog.
The bonds that are formed,
Another kisses her dog's head.
the places they
A
go,
group of people and guide dogs at the Golden Gate Bridge.
the dreams that come true.
A woman leads small boys on a walk with her dog.
It's in the care,
Playing in a yard.
the friendship,
A woman pets a dog.
the lifetime of love.
Lying in her lap.
It's the ability to live a fuller life without limits.
A woman scales an indoor climbing wall.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, you are part of an amazing community that works together to make these partnerships possible at no cost to our clients.
Vets give checkups.
A community that helps us care for the health of our dogs over their lifetime. A community that provides the necessary training to help prepare potential clients for the guide dog lifestyle.
Instructors with clients.
A community that gives children in our youth programs the opportunity to experience the magic of a guide dog, to see if having a dog may be right for them.
Children interact and play with dogs.
A community that makes dreams of inclusion, enhanced confidence,
Clients walk with dogs.
mobility, independence, and companionship come true.
A man with his dog on the beach.
That's the magic of Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Share an orange sunset.
And it's all because of you.
He hugs his dog. Blackout. Logos. Guide Dogs for the Blind and Guide Dogs for the Blind International. The light fades to black.
I love that video. I think it does a great job of depicting all of the incredible parts of our mission and how each one of you are so important to us in making this mission happen. So thank you. All right, I would now like to introduce our instructional team who worked with this class, had the pleasure of working with this class for the last 2 weeks. So there's myself, I'm an instructor, Taylor McHale. And then also joining me on stage, we'll have instructor Jane Allman and instructor Hallie James Ogasawara, as well as our supervisor, Heather Foster. All right, thank you. You'll hear from each of us today. Great. All right, and now I have the pleasure of introducing our one breeder who's being recognized today. This breeder is named Apricot. An Apricot is a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Sandy Meissner of Fayetteville, Texas. And her breeder custodian is Catherine, Sean, Lucas, and Lauren Peisert. And you guys are welcome to come up and speak if you'd like.
Today is super special. I'm so very thankful. July of 2017, I struggled to recover from a traumatic brain injury. It was during my recovery that I realized the value of every breath and the gift of life I've been given. I vowed to do everything I could to deserve each breath, to make a difference in this world somehow, in some way. Once I was back in the normal rhythm of my life, I excitedly applied online to be a guide dog for the blind puppy raiser, despite the insecurities I had about being a successful trainer. Thankfully, Riley Johnson, the leader of the College Station Club, accepted my invitation, provided much needed training, then kindly put the sweetest little apricot in my arms. Learning to maneuver through my sales job in Houston, Texas was much easier than I expected. My customers, who happened to be veterinarians, were overwhelmingly welcoming and, to no surprise, preferred seeing Apricot instead of me. I was known as, quote, the girl with Apricot. I'd show up at the front desk for my consultation appointments, and my customers would say, oh yeah, send Apricot back. And I was thankful that I was holding the leash and got to tag along. Not only did Apricot accompany me to my daily sales calls, but also local and regional vet conferences. Sometimes I think we sold more Guide Dog for the Blind than IDEX products because she was a magnet to spread the word about GDB. Her impact in the community was immense, and she has inspired new donors to the mission. One donor family created a foundation so that a large donation could be awarded to the organization, specifically the Austin Club, in honor of Apricot and a family member. Apricot was the perfect ambassador because everywhere we went, everybody would admire this girl for her beauty, but more importantly, her exceptional manners, calm demeanor, and constant attention. Considering how many dogs veterinarians see during their lifetime, it was amazing to hear the comments. She is a breeder stock for sure, and if she gets career change, can I get on the wait list for her? Of course, I would proudly tell them that the list of adopters for Apricot was already a mile long. Thankfully, my company, IDEX, was in full support of having Apricot attend IDEX local, regional, and national sales meetings with me. My IDEX family truly valued her presence and attendance in every way. Again, Apricot was the preferred member of this duo, and everybody remembered her name. I remember walking down the halls of a national sales meeting on my way to the lecture room, seeing all the smiles and hearing the greetings from passerbys as they acknowledged Apricot. I don't think anyone actually even noticed that there was a girl holding the leash. Needless to say, from the local Texas IDEX team to the 600 plus IDEX employees, including the VP and general manager, she was adored, admired, and valued for her work. Matter of fact, it's because of Apricot and this exposure that I'm currently working with IDEX Corporate to include GDB in their foundation allocations. Special thanks go to each and everyone who had their hand in training this extraordinary girl. My family, my IDEX family of employees and customers, College Station Club, and my current club, Austin Club. I also want to recognize the patience and expertise of my mentors, Riley Johnson and Shelley Johnson. As a first-time raiser, you can't even imagine the number of crazy questions I had for them, and they were always available for many random inquiries. I will be forever grateful to GDB Number one, for creating that extra special date night for Mama Susie and Papa Drummer, the night Apricot was conceived. And matter of fact, her mama is here in the audience. And number two, for choosing Apricot for me. 3, for seeing the gift we and so many others have seen in Apricot and allowing these gifts to shine in future generations. Best of all, I want to thank GDB for finding her the most perfect family, one which I would have personally chosen for her, and one which will surround her with a lifetime of love. So it's with such a grateful heart that I close today. Cheers to a bright future of GBD and the many lives which will be changed because of all our efforts.
We have only known Apricot for about 12 days, but are not at all surprised after meeting Sandy at why she is the way she is, because of all of the love and expert attention that you have given her to take her this far. We have had something missing in our lives, and our family now seems complete. And we are so happy to welcome Apricot as a member of our family and to support the Guide Dog's mission in helping her do what she does for everybody in this room as she carries on her own important job in addition to being a family member. So thank you for taking her as far as you have on this, and we're delighted to carry the torch the rest of the way after this.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to you guys. Yeah. All right, and now I will welcome Hallie up to introduce our class.
Hello, everyone. I have the pleasure of presenting the clients of Class 982 today. So first, I will invite up Samantha Adams. Samantha received Nesbit, a male yellow Labrador Retriever, who was raised by Noreen Kimmelman of Green Bay, California, as well as Cassie and John Marks of Petaluma, California. Sam is a Canadian transplant now living in Gold River, California. She's been using guide dogs since 1995, and Nesbit is her 4th guide. In her free time, Sam enjoys writing, yoga, reading, hiking, and traveling. Ready?
Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, go first. I can't. Wait a minute. I didn't sign up to be first. Well, my name is Cassie, and my family and I have been raising for many years. And I had actually retired from puppy raising before Noreen asked us to be a co-racer with her. And I have said before that Nesbit is a force. He brought our communities together and has formed Team Nesbit. And we are welcoming Sam to Team Nesbit. We will forever be Team Nesbit, despite the fact that Noreen and I have 2 other guide dog puppies. Now we are first and foremost Team Nesbit. And we are so excited to see what you guys will do together and the life you will live. And we are so proud of who he is and who he's become. Okay. I think I got it now. Yeah.
Okay, good book. Good.
Okay. This is my very first guide dog puppy. I had a breeder, and now Nesbit is my puppy, was my puppy, and I'm giving this puppy to Sam. And they're both going to do so well together. And I am so excited that he's staying in California. Nesbit is an amazing dog, and your life will be amazing with him. Okay, here you go.
Okay, I can do this. Okay. You would think on guide dog number 4, this would get easier. Every time I come here, I learn something new, and boy, it takes a lot more than a village to get where we are right now, and it takes a lot more than a village to go on for the next 40 years for this guy, I'm thinking. And never has it been so obvious as this time how many amazingly committed and prolific volunteers have gone into this. From everything from the person who brings me breakfast in the morning with a smile to drivers and of course the puppy raisers and the foster parents who commuted Nesbit to work every morning. I should only be so lucky to have somebody drive me to and from work every day. Yeah, thank you. Without all of, you've got, without this whole village behind this team, it wouldn't be, we would not be. One of the amazing, and because of that village, I know that when the trainers put the harness in my hand, I know I can trust this dog. And without that strong village, there'd be no trust. But yeah, there we go.
Thanks, Sam. Congratulations to Sam and Nesbit. Next, I will present Krista Nassar. She received Lucian, a male yellow Labrador retriever who is raised by Marilyn Bauer of Cupertino, California. Krista lives in Sarnia, Ontario, and Lucian is her 2nd guide. She's looking forward to bringing him home and taking walks by the water. And in her free time, Krista likes to exercise and is excited for Lucian to accompany her to the gym.
So first, just want to start by thanking all the staff and volunteers at Guide Dogs for being so hospitable and making us feel welcome while we're here. For the trainers, for all your guidance, expertise, and support over the last 2 weeks. But most of all, I want to thank Marilyn for raising such an amazing dog. He's my gentle little giant, and I can't wait to take him home and all the adventures that we're going to go on together.
Thank you. So I'm sure I'll forget half of what I was going to say, but I'm really happy that Lucian is with Krista. And he's one of these, I've raised many dogs, and he's one of these dogs from day one that I just thought was great. And I really, I'd have to press hard to find things that I wasn't really pleased with him about. And he is a little unique because both his father and grandfather were raised in our club, Blaze and Drummer. And they were great dogs, so I kind of knew, hey, somebody's back there going, yeah, Drummer. Drummer didn't quite get the whole breeding thing in the beginning. I had another dog, and we both, the raiser and I, both took him to a fundraiser for guide dogs. And my dog went in season about 5 minutes after he got out of the car, and he was clueless, thank God. But I just thank you, guide dogs, for everything, and I'm really happy that he's with Krista, and I know that he's going to have a wonderful life, and hopefully we will stay in contact. So thank you.
Congratulations, Krista and Lucian. Sure. Next, I will introduce Sharon Rattan of Hamilton, Ontario, who received Tot, a female yellow Labrador Retriever, who was raised by Amy Gill and Carolyn Sawyer of Yuma, Arizona. Sharon has been a guide dog user for 37 years. She is also heavily involved in the community and has been a longtime volunteer of both the Canadian National Institute for the Blind as well as the Canadian Council of the Blind.
Hello. What can I say that has not already been said by my classmates? Sorry. Other than thank you from my heart. As a longtime guide dog user, every time I place my hand on the harness, I feel safe and confident, and I can just do anything. I'm looking forward to doing the trails again that I haven't been able to do now for almost 2 years because they're not cane conducive. And going into various places that I felt uncomfortable going into with a cane because it's just too much activity going on. And I'm sure Dot is going to be I call her my little firecracker because she is. But I just want to thank each and every one of you because of you, I never walk alone.
Thank you, thank you. Oh. Sorry, I had to write something so I would not get too teary. We're so excited about Sharon, and I'm honored to be able to share the celebration with you and with Carol and with Tot and with the staff and the trainers here at Guide Dogs for the Blind. Thank you, Sharon, for letting us visit with Tot earlier, and I'm happy to be coated in Tot hair. And it was wonderful to have that little bit of reconnection, and we know we're going to follow you. And Sharon said something that inspired me when we spoke on the phone a couple days ago, that each of your dogs both inspires and teaches you what you need to learn at the time. And Tot did the same for me as a raiser. She inspired me to stay true to my own growth. She loves with a full heart and perseveres with dedication and joy with each hurdle put before her. I learned that I need to do that too. My husband, my 3 girls, extended family, 4 cats, career change pup Llama, and all of us loved Tot as much as we could. And people would say, how can you let the pups go? And honestly, it is a little bit heartbreaking for a little bit, but Sharon, you are the reason we can let her go. Your strength and passion for life is our inspiration. You and Tot have and will continue to grow the bond of love that she has always craved. Her energy is matched with yours. It's perfect. And we are just so proud of her and you and so grateful to be able to be a small part of the piece of Guide Dogs for the Blind's family. And we can't wait to watch your journey together. Thank you.
clearly, Amy and I chose the color of our trousers wrong today. We knew it was a yellow lab. We should have known better. I would first like to thank our mentors, at least mine, Tim and Laura, our group leaders back in Yuma. This is the first time either one of us have been this far with a puppy, and she's our second. I had the joy to accompany Tim to pick up Tot and her sister, Toast, who he raised. Tater was in San Diego. And when we got there and I found out her name, I lost my breath. I couldn't believe it. T-O-T, just that's it, T-O-T. And here's why. When my mother was a small child, her sister was born. And she put her hand into the crib and touched the baby and said, "Tiny Tot, Tiny Tot." And I think I was nearly an adult before I realized my aunt's name was not Tot. It was a nickname, but she had it all of her life. So to have a puppy named Tot, I thought was super, super special. So she was called, I had a friend back in Virginia who knew my aunt, and she said, "So are you going to call her Aunt Tot?" I said, "Well, I don't know, I might." But I didn't. I called her Miss Tot. I called her Tot Tot, Hottie Tot, Hot Toddy. And there was one in our group that calls her Air Tot because she has pogo sticks for legs. She can jump. She's a cuddle bug. If you get on the floor, she's going to cuddle with you. She's going to be on top of you. She's going to love on you. She's going to nibble on your earlobes.
That's why I take my earrings off now.
Yeah, you have to do that. But if you don't, if you're not so inclined, she's happy to amuse herself. No problem. I took her to my yoga class when I had her. Since we co-raised, I had her 1 week, Amy would have her another week. And if I showed up without a puppy, it wasn't, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, "Where's Tot?" She's a joyful, happy girl. At my house, first thing in the morning and each time after she finished a meal, she would grab a toy and put it in her mouth, and she would zigzag in front of you, kind of like a cat rubbing against your legs. Like she was so pleased and so joyful and so happy that you fed her, or that you actually woke up in the morning. So I always made sure to have a soft toy close by, because the chewing bones really scrape your legs. And in Yuma, we wear shorts a lot. She's the life of any pool party. She thinks swimming is just a means to an end of getting to the end of the pool, climbing out so you can jump in again. She's definitely a diver. If she didn't make a guide dog, she'd be a great, what do they call them, dock diving dogs. She's a champion tugger. My advice, if you're tugging with her, let go soon and often, because she puts her whole body and soul into tugging. So she's California born, Arizona desert raised, and now she's going to be a Canadian. I hope you like snow. Send pictures, because I think the first time she sees snow and discovers it, it's going to be amazing.
It's another form of water.
It's going, well, she loves water, so that's going to be fine. I have 2 quotes that I recently found that I thought would be appropriate. One, "What we once enjoyed and deeply loved, we can never lose. For all that we love deeply becomes part of us." And that's how we feel about her. And the other, "If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear a hardship today." And our hardship is letting her go. But it's going to be better for you.
Yeah, and
Thank you. Congratulations to Sharon and Tot. And today we would also like to recognize Christine Leghorn of Gloucester, Massachusetts, who received in-home training with Pietro, a male black Labrador retriever. Pietro was raised by Alyssa Romine of San Diego, California, Elizabeth Grant of Newport Beach, California, as well as Shannon Parrish of Carmichael, California. And I would like to invite Pietro's raiser to come speak.
So I'm Alyssa, and Pietro was my fourth puppy that I raised, but the first one for GDB. He was started by Kathy and Shannon in Sacramento, and then Liz, Grant, and I took him over, and we took him to school. She went to UC Davis Vet School, and I was doing my undergrad there. And once I graduated, I took him back down to San Diego with me. So he's lived in a lot of places throughout his puppyhood. He was always such a good puppy. He was super smart. And as he got older, I could tell that he loved to work. I took him pretty much everywhere with me because he was a good boy pretty much everywhere. And he was the first dog that I didn't cry when I was turning him in because I knew he was ready. And sure enough, he blew through his guide dog training in less than 3 months. And I got to meet with his handler on Zoom a couple weeks ago, and it sounds like he has a pretty cool life. He is walking about 7 miles a day, and his handler, Chris, also loves kayaking, so he gets to go kayaking with her. And she also has a retired guide at home, so he has a little buddy to play with. So I'm super excited for him, and it sounds like he is going to have a great life as a guide dog.
Thank you. Congratulations. All right. Let's have one more round of applause for Class 982. Next, I would like to invite Jane, Marissa, and Jim to the front, and they will give you a demo of clicker training.
Thanks so much. So we wanted to do a little demonstration for a concept called back chaining, which is a way for our clients to train their dogs to target objects that they might need in the environment, such as push buttons to cross the street, the chairs in front of the graduation stage, things like that. So I brought a clicker here to demonstrate, and then we can kind of talk through what clicker training is. I'm going to set this down. So in dog training and in animal training, positive reinforcement is what we use here at Guide Dogs, and that is a way of using a reinforcer such as food or praise to train the dogs all the parts of guide work and obedience. The way that we can facilitate good timing is through this little device called a clicker. A lot of you probably know what a clicker is, and I'll demonstrate by clicking it now. So it's that woke everybody up. So the clicker is just a simple plastic box with a metal piece in it, and it makes that very distinct sound. So that sound is way more accurate than our voices could ever be. If we were trying to get our dog to say, sit next to us, we could say, Juno, sit. And then if they sit reasonably in that time frame, our voices are not nearly as accurate as this, I'll click it again, this very distinct noise. So the clicker is only half of the puzzle. Our dogs, as we all know, love food. So a lot. So what we can do is pair that noise with food. And we use mainly their own diet, their kibble, their breakfast, or part of their dinner. And the dogs are what we call clicker loaded. So we click and then we feed, right? If we click and feed enough times, the dogs understand that the click is what they're looking for and that they know food is coming. In animal training, that is called a bridge. So you see dolphin trainers have a whistle, right? And it's kind of the same idea. You click or whistle, and then they know that that's the behavior that we're looking for and that food is coming. So we use that with our guide dogs here, and then we also have the students train with their guide dogs to find things like chairs and poles and doors and anything that they need to find. So we're going to do a demonstration with Marissa and her guide dog, Jim. So Marissa and Jim, if you want to come on up, I have a chair here that we can work on finding. So like I said a second ago, the technique that we use is called back chaining. So it's kind of just like it sounds. We'll start really close to the chair. It's right there. There you go. Oh, okay. Sorry. No problem. So we start right next to the chair, and we show the dog kind of that's what we want. Go ahead. Yeah, oh, we got to start our game first. So we give a warm-up kibble, right? Click and feed. Now we have his attention. And then what Marissa's doing is clicking right on the chair. We're building the very first link in our chain. And then she can take one step back and then step up to the chair again and make another link in the chain. So imagine this could be a bus stop or this could be a light pole. Now we can take 2 steps back and create another link in that chain. What we're looking for in the dogs is that they're anticipating what we're trying to show them. So now we can take a few steps back and add in that harness handle and see if he knows what we're going to do. Oh, what a smart boy. So again, we're adding links. And now let's see if Jim can get it all the way from the door. So we'll go all the way over to the door. This is going to be a big link in the chain. So this could be simulating you're walking down the sidewalk and you know that your push button to cross the street is at the corner. Or if you're walking into this assembly room and you need to find a chair, you can ask him to find the chair. Oh, what a smart boy. Excellent. Yay, Jim. And then after we click and we feed, then we want to let the dog know that that was what we were looking for. So we'll sit in the chair that they found for us to make it more realistic to them. Yeah. Thanks so much. That was great. Jim is a pro. So we use clicker training and primary reinforcement training, positive reinforcement training throughout all the different parts of guide work, obedience. That's how we teach the dogs to initially go forward. That's how we teach the dogs to stop at curbs. It's all with that little clicker and with the power of food. And it's really, really great. It's how we can do it as fast as we can. And so now I'd like to close out the ceremony for us. And thank you so much again for joining us today. If you're interested in volunteering, joining our staff, or know anyone who would benefit from our services, please don't hesitate to visit guidedogs.com. We have a ton of information there about different career paths, either in our kennels, in our kitchens, and we are always looking for volunteers. If you would like to make a donation to support our mission, please text graduation to 50155. And that will get you exactly where you need to be. For our viewers at home, thank you so much for joining us on our live stream, and we hope to see you soon. Very good. I would like to invite all of you to have some refreshments here to my left in the lobby. We have drinks, some cookies.